So I found this giant sheet of birch bark, and that's something I haven't shown much on the YouTube channel as well. So what birch bark is it's just like fat wood, but birch resin. So you see how pink that is on the inside? Now just keep in mind, this tree's been dead for a long time. So I'm going to show you that you can take your knife, you can scrape the back of this, make a pile of dust, and light it on fire. So I got a big sheet of it here. This is going to be my ground layer here. I'm just going to scrape a bunch of it into a pile right here and show you how to light it up using flint. Let me get my knife. Alright, so now that I have my knife, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrape this, just like this, into a big pile. And the pinkier stuff is the stuff you want. I'm gonna make some shavings out of these for later use. What's also nice about birch bark is it's pretty much waterproof. So even if it's raining or pouring, if you have birch bark, you're gonna get a fire started if you know how. Now let me just show you with the lighter really quick how fast this stuff goes up. So just have a normal big lighter, as you can see. I'm just gonna take a small piece that we have, and just keep in mind this has been dead, it's been laying on the log. All I did was peel it off. You can hear it popping. Just remember, it's soaking wet. So let that burn. I'm going to keep scraping this into a pile. Now you can see I got through the bark layer. Now I'm getting to the pine resin layer. Not pine, sorry, birch resin layer. And you can see how that one on the side is just burning. That is enough right there just to light right up. In fact, this is plenty. I could get this started with half this amount, but it needs to be super dry wood that goes on top of it. So since we don't have that, because it's snowy out here, we're just going to take strips, just like that strip. We're going to pile a bunch on there, and it's just going to keep burning. And you can see how fast this lights up. It's already going. Birch bark is by far my favorite way to start a fire. Alright, now that we have a pile of birch, let's go get some twigs and stuff that are going to go on top of this. We'll start getting some small shavings like this, and we'll get a fire started with flint. as you can see here, I'm starting to get 2 piles going. One with very small pieces of wood and one with thicker pieces. Now I'm trying to make sure they're fairly dry. I am putting them on top of here, but that's okay. I'm gonna make sure they're fairly dry, so I've been just gathering up some dead standing wood, breaking it, putting them in my piles. Once I get a pile twice as big as this and about this size for this pile, I'll be ready to start my fire as long as I get some bigger logs. So if you see over here, I have some bigger logs there, which are completely dry. Those ones are wet, but that's gonna be for just drying out. I have a little bit more that way, and I have more in the woods over there. I am not touching this stuff. Now that you can see my piles are getting bigger, I have some more of these. Now this is about the size you want your last pile to be. Oh man, I'm gonna have to use my saw. So when you want to start a fire, especially using flint in a survival situation, you're gonna want to get some birch bark if you can. If you can't, try some pine, and if that doesn't work, feather sticks. Anyways, I'm just gonna make some marks here and here. And there we go. And then, like I said, I have some more over there, so that's going to be with my third pile. This pile's pretty good. Let's get a little bit more on this one, and let's get a little bit of this, and we'll start the fire. Alright, that should be plenty now. Let's get you situated over here. Let me get my flint. Let's get started. I have my flint and I have my mora. That's what I'm going to use this time, the mora. And I have my pile of little sticks. I have my pile of birch. I have these. Let's get a little bit more of these.
So something I didn't mention is that birch trees rot from the inside out. That's why your birch bark is good on the outside. Also, it's full of oil, so that makes it waterproof.
Alright, that should be plenty. All I'm going to do is just rip them up a little bit. So pretty much what it's going to go is it's going to go this, and I'm going to light these, and then it's going to go my bigger sticks. See all that? Good. Okay, get this out of the way. Alright, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to stationary my knife. First of all, there's a little bit of junk on it. That's it. I fluff it around for a second. Get one of these. That is going, and just to let you know, that is soaking wet. all this wood is soaking wet out here. Alright, now that that's going, let's get some of our twigs, kind of snap them a little bit, put them in the flame area, because they're all wet. We gotta just dry them right out. Can get some more birch bark. You can see how the twigs are starting to pop and they're starting to catch now. See how I just have that layered twigs right on top? Now that the top is starting to go, I'm gonna get some bigger sticks just to put on there, just to dry those out too. Now we just want to take our next bundle, just kind of start layering those babies on. Oops. And I'm staggering them as well so they dry out faster and it allows oxygen to get into the fire. So I went a few that way, so now I'm going to go a few this way. I hope you can see that okay.
So now that the medium sticks are done, now you have to get ready to put the larger sticks on. So here I am putting some bigger sticks on, and the reason why you want to do this right away is so it dries out the wood. So once those catch, then you want to put on your larger pieces. You can see how smoky it is, and that means it's drying out your wood. As long as your bottom twigs are still lit, you know your fire will not go out. So there you have it. That is how you start a fire using birch bark. I hope you enjoyed that. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.